All right, bro, we made it. We
Yeah,
are we are live on the tube of you. I'm
cool.
gonna pull it up over here and then immediately mute it. So give me 1 second. There we go. Oops, not pause, mute. There we are. There we are. Okay. We're good now. Hey man, so anyway, welcome everybody watching in the stream to the another special live stream of G Slade's Indie Music Showcase. Today we are having another return guest, Mr. WorldsNotGrey. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, it's good to be back.
Man, and in case anyone hasn't heard your other podcast, tell me where you are again.
I am in Barbados, sunny
Barbados.
Barbados.
Where is that even?
Oh boy, I always get that. I tell people look for the chicken nugget shaped speck at the bottom of the island chain. So there's like Jamaica's right here, and if you follow it down this way, you'll see a little chicken nugget. And that's me.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. I just wanted to get that out to everybody else too. I need to share the vid, man. But anyway, well, cool. Well, thanks for coming on. So exciting news! You're actually coming on to promote a new project, right? Tell me about what we're talking about today.
Yeah. So today, Hearts on Fire dropped, and it's just a 6 song EP. And actually, um, somebody really interesting is on one of those songs. You might know him. Uh,
Suspense
kind
is
of a cool
killing me.
guy. Yeah. So uh, the title track, "Hearts on Fire," is featuring you.
Oh man, that's right. I was on that, wasn't I?
Yeah. So
That was a fun
it's
little
it's
collab, right? That was
yeah, it's
fun.
interesting how things worked out because I uh I set out with the name of the album in mind first. I was like, I'm gonna write an album and it's called Hearts on Fire, just completely for no reason whatsoever. And I already had all the songs, and it was like, well, I don't know if these are gonna make it to the EP or not. And then randomly, just off the cuff, that one thing came together, and I was like, you know what? I've been wanting to do this song with G Slade, so let's pop him on there and see what happens. And so it's just strange how things come together sometimes.
Yeah, we've actually done a couple now, but that's more to come on
Yeah, yeah,
another day. On another
yeah,
day.
yeah. We won't divulge secrets today, but yeah,
Yeah, we
something's
got
coming.
big things popping off for sure. International collaborations, I love them. Well, cool. So the Hearts on Fire, you said you came up with the name and you already had the song. So you wrote a bunch of songs and then came up with the Hearts on Fire name. So then you made another song called Hearts on Fire to
Okay, so
tie
yeah,
it.
let me explain. I was sitting here like I always am, and I was like, okay, just out of the clear blue, inside my head, I was like, hey, you know what? You should write a album called Hearts on Fire. And I was like, okay, so I got my pen out, my paper, I write it down, and usually that's how things work out because what I was attempting to do was just write songs because I'm doing the Instagram live thing every Friday. I'll write a new song every week, and then I'll just put them in a pile, and the songs that fit together, I'll try to make something out of that. Try to make a little EP or whatever, or decide if it's a single, whatever the case is. And it just so happened that I wrote these songs in this order, and then I said, okay, so I got to get a sixth song because I said I want to do six, and it was going to be Hearts on Fire. And I know how it is as a creative. It's really not as easy as people would think to just kind of decide I'm going to write a song called this and then have it be so, because things tend to evolve.
Yeah.
And so everything just kind of lined up together for this Hearts on Fire song to come together. So it was kind of like a lucky thing because I was starting to sweat there for a little bit. I was like, damn, when is this Hearts on Fire thing going to come together? And 2 weeks before that, that was when we were talking and about doing a collab actually. And I remember I told you I'm gonna search my brain and see what comes up. And then that had me kind of sweating because I was like, all right, nothing that I could envision us working together on was coming. And then randomly, something just told me this. It's almost the same energy that I had when I was like randomly write Hearts on Fire. It has to be this album. And then it's like, you should put G Slade on this. And it's kind of nudging at me. You should put G Slade on this.
Well, I like that idea, man.
Apparently, we both liked it. The universe was all about it because it came together really great. I actually was sitting right here, and you sent me the file, and I remember I was like, "All right, I know this is going to be really interesting. Let me scroll right to the middle." So I went to the middle. I started listening to the. It landed on the second verse that you did, and I was like, "Hold on!" And as soon as I heard it, I was like, "I don't need to hear anymore." I just dropped it straight on to
Yeah.
my DAW, and it just went from there.
Yeah, I actually was in a hurry that day to do something else. I had to be somewhere or do something, and I was like, "Oh crap, I would do vocals." I'm used to doing like collaborations because I do FALM every year, which starts Monday. Well, go to falm.org if you hadn't signed up yet. Um, it's great, and so I'm used to doing like stuff on the fly or getting stuff in. So I was like, "Oh shit!" So I just put the verse on loop and got my little pen out. It started making noises. Blah 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 blah. And
Right.
waited to catch a word and caught a word and just went with it. And luckily, you already had more or less the chorus going on, and I'm glad you like the verses because I know my pre-chorus was weird. So I was like, yeah, you probably won't use that part, and you didn't, which is fine. And wasn't in my wheelhouse at all, but yeah, I had fun with it, man. I think that's the last track on the EP itself, though. So,
Yep, it's the
but
last track.
we'll get through them. It's actually out on Spotify and everywhere else now, right? I mean, people want to go
Yep,
listen to it, they could check it out.
Spotify, Apple Music, um,
Amazon, probably.
on yeah, Deezer. A couple of people I know use Deezer. I
I
haven't
was
used
gonna
it.
say, do people use Deezer?
Yeah, like people in Germany and stuff tell me they're listening to my music on Deezer. So I, you know, shame on me, but I don't know what it does.
I guess
I'm
it's just another
clueless.
platform. I need to get like an artist login to track if my songs have done anything on Deezer. Um, but yeah, I don't have anything fresh out right now, so there's no point in checking. But
Oh, you
well,
will
cool, man.
soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some stuff out soon. I'm trying to decide if I want to go the single route or put something together, put out a multi-track project first. So I don't know. With FOM coming up though, I probably won't worry about any. I'll have like 15 songs at the end of the month. I'm sure I could put together another album, so it
Right.
shouldn't be hard.
Well, man, after this collab, I figured out you can write songs pretty quickly. So
hmm
just do the single thing. If I can make a suggestion, just do the singles thing.
Just put
Fill
out
out your
singles.
fill out your catalog, and what I found is that um, I can give people the illusion of being a really fast writer, like lightning speed, because I'm always doing something,
Yeah.
and it kind of I knew that that was what I was going to do when I started this project. When I started World's Not Grey, I was like, okay, I'm going to fill out my catalog and spend like a year or so, maybe even more, just writing songs, and whatever I write, good, bad, indifferent, I'll just put it up. Because we know music is subjective, so somebody else's jam might, you know, be somebody else's nightmare song.
Right, right.
So I just figured I'll just put whatever it is up and I'll fill it out. And then I got locked into a groove where I was writing all the time. And I'll sit around here and yes, I'm gonna join Bomb. Um,
I've been asking this guy like every time we talk, hey man, did you join FOM yet? I always go to the site and you can look at FOMers and it's the default sort is by the most recent added. So I'm
yeah,
always like, I don't see I did get
it doesn't
breaths to
show me.
join. Do what?
It doesn't
Uh
show me.
I don't know, man. Let me take a look. When did you join?
Oh, when was the first time we talked? That sometime that week.
I don't see. I searched for Gray. I didn't find World's Not Gray.
That's that's messed up.
Yeah, maybe you didn't save, bruh.
I don't know.
You would have kept the same name, right?
Yeah, I would have used that name unless.
Mm-hmm. Nope, there's nothing with Gray in it. Well, they're not you. Wow, a lot of account suspended stuff. That's fun.
Huh,
Can't search through all that. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Go on there sometime and log back in, see if you're on there or not. But
yeah,
yeah, well, we'll be streaming about Falm all February, so there'll be plenty of that. But you actually already you're used to live streaming, right? Well, you do it every week.
yeah. I now live inside of people's phones.
Yeah, you and your dresser.
Yeah, me and my dresser and my
Yeah,
chicken.
yeah, your chicken, your dresser, and yeah, and you do it late at night, right? Because you got don't you have construction going on around you, or you did have construction?
Uh, yeah, I do it at night because um, that's when like my key demographic is on, but also there was a lot of building going on in the neighborhood, and there's an electrical plant and a gas company right down the street, and trucks pass here all day. I mean, they're so loud, they're shaking the foundation, causing a crack in the corner of this room. So it's
Wow.
crazy. Yeah, it gets that loud. So,
Don't mind me. I'm just pouring my beer.
drinking a Guinness.
No, tonight it's Yingling Hershey's Porter. A
Whoa,
Hershey. Yeah,
they have.
it's pretty delicious, man. I just found that at this like shitty grocery store right down the road. You know, you don't expect to find any like craft beer or any like you expect it to be Bud Light, Corona Light. Well, I guess Corona got canceled, but you know, you expect to find Bud Light, Coors Light, and all Miller Light. What's the one all the rednecks around here like Natty Light? Yeah,
Oh,
that's what you expect to find. But I found Yingling. They had the black and tan, and they had this chocolate porter, and I'm a sucker for porters and stouts. So anyway, that's my traditional podcast beverage. It makes me
that's
look better.
fair
Makes
enough.
me look better.
Uh,
Yeah.
I just realized we kind of were like, I was saying something that we were like, bomb, and then we went, bomb, and bomb, 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 didn't sign up.
I think we were. Oh, you didn't sign up. I got you. Yeah.
Right. I was saying that so I just decided I was gonna fill out the catalog. I got locked into this groove, and it worked out much better than I thought, because then I started putting out more and more songs, and I had more things to do while I'm on live, because people apparently like to watch the process.
It's pretty cool, huh? That people want to watch you make music.
Yeah.
I think Korn did that though in the '90s, right? When they were working on the Follow the Leader album, I think, live streamed some of it like way back before it was like a thing. Like when you had to get on your desktop and get on your computer. I don't know if they live streamed it, but I know they recorded the process and broadcasted it on some level, which was pretty cool.
I have no recollection of that, but yeah, that's pretty cool if they did. Um,
Yeah, I want to say it was the Follow the Leader album, which was a really good album. It's the one with like 13 silent tracks or like 4 seconds of static. Then the music starts.
yeah,
Um,
weird. Um, yeah, forgot what I was saying.
we're talking
Oh
about
yeah,
foam and then talking about live streaming your process.
right. Yeah. So I ended up having so many songs that I decided I was just gonna do EPs, and so some of the songs are older songs, and other songs are um, ones that I wrote on the live stream. So what I was saying is that I do that, and it gives people the illusion of being able to write songs and get them together at lightning speed. And I was saying that, and really just to suggest to you that if you want to do singles, because being able to put songs together quickly is a gift that a lot of people don't have. Um,
Yeah, and I kind of abuse that gift because I take it for granted, so I don't work on songs as much as I should.
yeah,
Honestly, I have so much fun doing the show with all of you guys, all of you other indie artists out there that
right,
I'm usually working on getting more guests for the show or trying to, make the show look better, right? Set up, uh, a good production for everybody, or I'm looking for new tools, or I'm talking to my video editor guy, Captain Volpine, about making how we can make things better. Throwing ideas at him, he's throwing ideas at me. I ended up doing that and getting so engaged that, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I need to be writing some music too. So I started a beat. I started a beat today, though.
right,
Um,
cool.
and then because of your suggestions on the track we just did together, I went back to another track that I thought I was done with and doubled up all the guitars and made sure that the left and right channels were really saturated with guitars where they needed to be.
Right.
So yeah, I'm picking up that. And also Daniel Holsinger, the audio engineer, that episode that just dropped today,
Yeah, yeah,
he had told me the same thing, because he was nice enough to listen to some of my stuff after we went off the air, and was like, hey, you should do this, you should do that, which was free professional advice, right? So I couldn't turn that
yeah,
down.
yeah.
I tell you, if you
That's
guys aren't following him on Instagram, check him out. Daniel Holsinger on Instagram. And there's like pictures of his studio. And man, it's just so awesome. He's got this big diffuser right above his workstation. And like
uh-huh.
he made it. Like he made it himself. It's pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's crazy. Cool.
Yeah. But anyway, we're not here to talk about him.
Yeah,
Let's not keep
quit
everybody in
squirreling.
let's not keep everybody in suspense too long.
Squirrel.
We'll play a track or two and then chit chat some more. But also, like usual, want to hear about the tracks themselves, right? So,
Mm,
uh, give me.
uh-oh.
Uh oh.
What's going on?
Technical difficulties. Had to mute myself because I messed up, and the live stream came up on one of my other monitors with audio going on it. So
Oh,
I had to rectify that. We didn't need that happening. But no, I'm about to pull up your Spotify here so we can play your stuff. All right, here we go. Let's share the wealth here. Share the screen. Share the sound of music. All right, you should see your Spotify on the screen.
yep.
Let's full size that bad boy because no one cares what's going on my busy computer. But yeah, that's what I was saying, that I'm always tinkering with the show, so I'm not always like still working on my own music. So I really should do that, though. You're right, but it's easier to hear advice than to take advice, right?
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man.
Like when people suggest that you join FOM.
Yeah, I did, man. I'll check my emails. I know I got the damn email.
uh, but I think we're just gonna bang these out in order. 6 tracks is nothing for my show, so we got plenty of time for that. So Silence is the first one up here. So why don't you give me what you got on that song?
Oh, Silence. Silence was another Instagram live creation, and I just get these really crazy ideas set up in my head for myself before I write something. It's just insane how cerebral these things can be sometimes. And so something about Hearts on Fire, this whole EP, and um, in comparison, I should say, to Fruits, the last release, is that I started writing songs that are uniquely other people's stories. So Uh-oh. Why does it say muted? Slade's muted.
Yeah, I was muted. I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
want to interrupt you.
Right. So yeah, that's all I was saying is that um all the songs on Hearts on Fire are uniquely somebody else's story that I've just stepped into that role and I'm pretending to be that person. What would that person say if I was them? And before that, through all four of those songs, it's just me commenting on things in my own life or things going on in the world. So there's that contrast. All the songs that are coming out for the rest of the year so far that are unreleased are also stepping into other people's perspectives. So it's not stuff from my own life. So Silence is a dialogue between a guy and his girlfriend. They are not seeing eye to eye.
Mm.
And she's very difficult. She's a very difficult person. She's one of these unskillful people, lacks communication, uh, all kinds of different things. And so he got fed up and he just told her off. And I wrote a song about it, basically. And I was like, I had the lyrics already and I had the music from the Instagram live. And so I then took that story and I just changed a lot of that because if I can just backtrack, I write all the time. That's why I should join FOM. I will. Sorry, I will. Um,
Yes, yes, yes.
but I write all the time, so I'll just write full songs on paper sometimes. Um, and then when I need lyrics for something, I'll already have a story, and I'll change the story to suit what I feel. So it went from being that story about this dialogue between the two of them, and just taking elements of what he was saying, and um, making it about believing in yourself. Everything is based on your fears and false perception and stuff like that. And that's really the root cause of problems that I could see from his description that these people were having. So it started off being one thing and then it ended up being what it is now. So it's just, uh,
Now, do these people know you're writing about them?
yeah, they know. I tell everybody.
How do they feel about that when you go up to be to a person and or a couple and you're like, hey, I noticed some things about your relationship and I wrote a song about it. Here it is. Yeah, whatever.
Well, it's not really. Thank God it doesn't show up like that because that I could see that putting somebody in some kind of a crisis. But it's always people come to me. I've always been the guy that people come to with their problems. Like what should I do? Am I seeing this the right way? What do you think? Is this person just an ass? What am I an ass? What's going on here?
So they expect to
So
be in a song because they already know you do this
so
stuff.
I pretty much think that everybody that knows me expect that I'm gonna write it about their stuff because I had to do something with it. So a lot of the time, actually, the reaction is, "Wow, I never thought that a shitty situation, the way I see it being shitty, could inspire someone else to create that." And then they're usually blown away. And unfortunately, in several cases, I've had people tell me, "Wow, you really changed my mind because um, I was just looking at the situation from my pain and not seeing that it could be anything other than that. And you put it into a fucking song, and like wow." So that's one reaction that I've gotten. I've never gotten a negative reaction. I've always gotten like, wow, you actually made that from bullshit I'm going through.
Oh, you can write
So
about anything if you know what you're doing. So you're like a musical therapist, kind of.
basically, man.
Yeah. Observational musical therapy. There you go. So
Yeah.
you should charge these people that you write about.
Uh,
There you go. Send the bill. Well, shit, man. Well, I was gonna say let's play it, but any particular cool stories about the production on this one or the process? From the musical
oh
standpoint.
well, if I could just wrap it up where silence is concerned, that's the one song. That's why I put it first. That um, I said I got weird ideas on. So I was like, for the guitars, I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play like real riffs. I'm just gonna use like one note, one single note on the guitar, and build a huge guitar sound. So everything that you hear is actually just combinations of one note on one string
Nice.
at a time that I've blended together. I just get weird ideas. I'm gonna do this for no reason and see how it sounds, and then it's either good or bad, and I keep it. That's the only thing about the production on that. And also, it's just the just the use of different sounds this time, like synths and stuff. The use of hard leads and stuff that you would ordinarily just hear in techno and stuff, just to try to see what would happen if
I like leads. I used to always put leads in like rap beats back in the day when I made rap beats.
Okay.
I don't know. I always liked them. Because you can do some things with them and play with the sound. But let's play it, man. Let's see what this bad boy sounds like, and we'll jump back on some more conversation. Shout out to everybody watching live on YouTube. Appreciate it. Holler in the chat if there's anything you want to know from Mr. World's Not Gray, or if you just want to shower him with praises. Either one.
Please do. Feed me.
Here's Silence. Boom.
Yeah.
Hard stop. Hard stop.
Yeah, so from listening to it, you wouldn't really, think that was about a relationship difficulty.
No, yeah, it didn't really come off that way. But I guess if you were on the inside, I mean, you knew the scoop.
Yeah,
But
exactly. I mean, the long and short of what I told him was, look, chill the fuck out and stop resisting each other.
right.
Like really, just like, sometimes when two people love each other, they start picking at each other rather than growing with each other. And I literally said to them, just come out of the darkness and try to say that everything that you're arguing about is just your fears, that fake love, that possessive love, and that, thinking that you have to control the outcomes and the other people and all these different things. Just decide to just put all the bullshit behind you and let go a little bit and try to do stuff like that. So it's one of those things where I ask myself all the time, how do I make the story as general as possible so that you would never know exactly what it's about? You can only make
Yeah.
assumptions, and we can kind of.
Which is really better for mass consumption because most
Yeah,
people aren't going
exactly.
to care about whatever couple you're talking about, right?
Exactly.
They're going to want you to relate to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, that was a bit of kind of some dissonance on that short little guitar solo-y part.
Yeah,
That's kind of a
yeah,
little like I say, it had a little dissonance in it with what the main rhythm was doing. Was that
yeah,
some kind of like conscious technique to convey something?
yeah. That was purpose work. I put the rhythm guitars just doing that push and pull movement, and again, it was kind of like this little voice was like, what would be really great there? Reverse delay, and so I just kind of followed that and decided to put that lead in there and just lather it in reverse delay and just see what it would do. Make it really rough and really out there. Because
Slather.
it's
That's a
almost
fun
like
word.
it's almost like a battle between the dark and the light, a battle between love and misappropriated anger in that section. So I tried to make it musically not make sense so that it would make sense. That
Makes
makes
sense.
sense. Yeah.
Cool. Well, tell me about the artwork, man. I was digging that. It's like a heart splattered on the ground and with like I guess black flames on it.
That's exactly what it is. It's like if somebody just you remember I threw it on the ground.
Yeah,
So it was
the
like
Lonely Island.
yeah, so it was like what if like the Lonely Island guy just fucking threw a heart on the ground.
She
Threw it
said
on the ground. Fuck your love. So
she holds up the phone. She's like, "This is your dad," and he's like, "My dad's not a phone."
yeah.
Duh. And then threw it on the ground. No, yeah. Birthday cake, threw it on the ground. Happy birthday to the ground.
Yeah.
I love the Lonely Island, man.
Yeah.
Um, well, let's keep it rolling, man. Let's go to break the spell, man. What's the story on this one?
Break the
Who is this
spell.
about?
Oh boy. Sipping the tea, sipping the tea. Break the spell is about another relationship problem. And it was interesting because when I was told about it, he and and his partner, turns out that the partner is one of these people that could potentially fall under the category of having narcissistic personality disorder. Like all of the things which were described to me just kind of fit that category. And I was like, ouchie, ouchie. Okay, this one's rough. And the problem that the person was having was that no matter what they did, it was never good enough. Um, it was just they were always being bombarded with this person's accusations and emotional responses to absolutely nothing, manipulation, And when you're in that setting, you can get the best help and the best advice and all kinds of stuff like that. But it's up to you to decide when you're done suffering, when you want to break that spell that the person has over you, because you become codependent. Because if you're really trying to make it work with somebody that's just projecting that form of abuse onto the relationship, you're the kind of person that's going to try and try again and then try a little bit more and then take all the abuse that comes with it. You become codependent.
Mm.
And it's hard to see that that's what's really going on. And I remember the person said to me, dude, I'm ready to break the spell. And so my creative mind went, ooh, write that down, that's good. And so it just kind of turned that situation into a song. And he hasn't heard it yet. He's been busy moving because he broke up with this person. So
I guess he broke the spell.
yeah, he broke the spell. So
Cool. What about the music itself, man? What's special in this one?
what's special in this one is that one of the most wonderful people I've ever met to date. Sorry, Slade, I pushed you out of the number
It's
one.
okay, man. I can only do so much for so many.
um, just has helped me overcome one of my biggest obstacles when it comes to creating music and operating as an artist, and that is I don't want to call it a fear, but yeah, that's what it is. Let's just call it bullshit on everybody. Fear of asking, and I realized that like you said earlier, it's easier to take advice than to actually put that advice to use.
Well, what
Uh,
I said is easier to hear advice than to take advice.
Easier to hear advice, right? All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for the correction. So it's easier to hear
Yeah.
the advice than to take it. And
Really
I've
easy
had
to hear it.
people, I've had people tell me, just you can't be afraid to ask. And it's not, in the music industry that we live in right now, it's not wrong to ask your friends for help. And so I was actually going around asking for donations to have an unreleased song that I'm sure we'll talk about in a few months. It's coming up soon, March, I think.
It's
And
after fall.
I was asking to, yeah, it's after fall, so I don't have any excuses. Um, I was asking to have that mastered
I think I saw
by,
that by the Applebaum person.
yeah, by Maor Applebaum, one of the coolest dudes you've ever met, and it's like killer freaking master. I'm excited for you guys to hear it.
Yeah, me too.
And that turned into opening myself up to just receiving gifts. So I was given a piece of equipment that I needed to make my sound a little bit clearer.
Mm.
So
Yeah, because you had a hum or something, right? That you were trying to get rid of.
the hiss from
The
Doom, dude. As
hiss.
soon as you plug it in, it's like,
Yeah.
and so you can tell this with this on this EP. You can tell which songs are duller, and it's because I had to use a lot more gating and stuff, noise reduction, to
Mm.
compensate for that horrible hiss.
Always takes the dynamic out of your voice. When you do
Yeah,
that,
so
you end up with this weird, like hollow voice. It doesn't have all of its frequency.
yeah, so this really awesome person helped me get a new interface and stuff like that. So that's what's special about this track. It's the first one that I did where I was playing around with this new thing, trying to get it all dialed in. And yeah, so that's what's special about it. There's nothing else really special about it. I didn't do any crazy one note anything. I just was feeling the
Cool.
vibe, feeling this person's emotions on this thing, and put it together.
Well, let's give it a spin. And one thing I forgot to mention, obviously, if we play songs on the show, they go on the playlist for this show on Spotify. So All these will get added to the playlist. In fact, I'll go ahead and do that right now. Add to playlist featured on G Slade's Indie Music Showcase. If you can't find it, just go to playlist.gsladeshow.com and you'll find it. And here it is, Break the Spell by World's Not Grey. This is on the new EP, Hearts on Fire.
Time to put a little space between us. How can you really deny that I never even tried to see our vision come to light? Your excuses take precedent. You're attacking with no evidence. You're trying to make me be the bad guy. You're just mad I'm not the weak type. You say that it's love, but you don't even love yourself. You're so out of touch. I'm ready to breathe the spell. Push the envelope aside, maybe toss it in the fire. Let the memories fade away. Your emotions take precedent. You say you'll never be the same again. You're trying to make me be the bad guy. You're just mad I'm not the weak type. You say that it's love, but you don't even love yourself. You're so out of touch. I'm ready to break the spell. The lines between us. Was it a promise never kept? Maybe you never did expect that I would find myself instead. A better place to rest my head, with echoes of words I left unsaid. They'll haunt your dreams, you'll never rest. Drowning tears I never shed. I just know I did my best to give you all the love I had. I felt my heart burst from my chest and break apart like shattered glass. You say that it's love, but you don't even love yourself. You're so out of touch. I'm ready to break the
Got carried away there. I was going to play too much.
You were rocking out, man.
Yeah, man. I got lost in it. That's what you want, though. You know?
Yeah.
And just to give you some extra advertising, man, I threw your album cover on my background.
I see that. That's crazy.
How cool is that? It's so
That's
cool.
awesome. Thank you.
I'm like somebody in 1992 who just discovered blue screens, and of course they're green now. They were originally blue, though. I don't know if you guys know that. They were blue screens back in the day. I guess they figured green works better. Too many people wanted to dress in blue, I guess. So nobody wants to wear green. Well, that's good stuff, man. The next one started to play. Let It All Burn. That's obviously going to be a fun one. Shit, you might as well get into it, man. Start talking about that one. Let It All Burn.
Yeah, let it all burn is just a scenario where I'm playing off of that old saying, you miss the water when the well runs dry. You don't know what you have till it's gone. And it's about somebody taking your love for granted. And the person's just never present in the relationship. And the only time they talk to you is when they want something from you. They think that being in the relationship is all about what they can get and getting sympathy from you. And it's just a miserable person, basically. I don't want to really get into it. This is starting to sound really negative.
What, you don't want to get into it? You wrote a whole song about it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so that's my way of getting into it. I'll kind of slap you in the face with a song instead.
Nah, I'm all about that.
Yeah. So that's the long and short of it, though. It's more. There's a lot of this album is relationship drama, hence Hearts on Fire. Everybody's up in flames. So let it all burn is basically just about having that experience and realizing, look, you just gotta let it go. It is what it is. Forget about it. Bye. Something like that.
Well, I get the impression you'd rather just let me play it and let the song do the talking.
Yeah. Let the song do the talking in this instance. I think the only thing I could say that would be helpful here is that Break the Spell and Let It All Burn are kind of offshoots of the same problem, same people, same storyline, the same drama.
Okay. Well, let's do it. Let's burn it down, man. Let it all burn. World's Not Grey. Here it is.
This glass cage you perpetuate. Is this love or is it pain that you crave? Same old wounds that you aggravate, becoming hollow as you plan and escape. You miss the fire when it stops burning. You're turning reckless, feeling kind of breathless. You never find a cure down on both knees. Bury your head in the sand, finally caught in a whirlwind. Stubborn it becomes an act of pain. You're so afraid you'll never change, that you never change. Guess you win, and I love the irony. It's everybody's fault for the games that you play. You miss the water when the well runs dry. You bruise yourself for the violence in your mind. Go ahead and let it all burn. You love the misery of living in a fantasy. You paint your memories with black hues of sympathy. Go ahead and let it all burn. A catalyst for your fancy illusion. I bet you never seen so much confusion. You must have cut yourself on your own edges. You lose yourself in a shadow of delusion. You miss the fire when it stops burning. You're turning reckless, feeling kind of breathless. You never find a cure down on both knees. Bury your head in the sand, finally caught in a whirlwind. Stubborn it becomes an act of pain. You're so afraid you'll never change, that you never change. Guess you win, and I love the irony. It's everybody's fault swallow pills and pop in bottles. You're so fake. Can't fight the tide, it's just chemicals you crave. You're the only one forcing you to be a slave. You miss the water when the well runs dry. You bruise yourself on the violence in your mind. Go ahead and let it all burn. You love the misery of living in a fantasy. You think your memories are black keys of sympathy. Go ahead and let it all. You miss the water when the well runs dry. You bruise yourself on the violence in your mind. Go ahead and let it all burn. You love the misery of living in a fantasy. You think your memories are black keys of sympathy. Go ahead and let it all burn. Just let it burn, let it 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 burn.
Let it burn.
Yeah.
Oh man, I like writing about burning too. I wrote a song called "Burn Down in the South" last year. I didn't mean like as far south as you. You're a little more souther than we are here.
Yeah, don't scorch the chicken nugget, man.
Yeah. But you know, I guess to me, I mean to you, I'm kind of up north.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird. But I mean, I guess I'm north of the entire southern hemisphere too, so
Yeah. Wow.
the whole thing. And actually, like global directions are weird, right? If you go south long enough, you end up in the north anyway because you go around.
Yep.
Balls are weird.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, that's good stuff. Musically, I think that was my favorite so far.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, it just had some energy to it, you know, like more energy.
Yeah,
Um,
it had
you know what I mean?
lots of energy that I tried to like turn all the drama that I was hearing and put it that way, get it out of me and put it there.
Hmm.
Also, songs like "Break the Spell" and "Let It All Burn" and "Hanging by a Thread," which is coming up, are like the beginnings of me starting to lock myself into what I feel is a fundamental part of the World's Not Grey sound going forward, and you can recognize it all of the new stuff that you hear, and it's that dynamic the bass and the drums have, where the drums banging hard and the bass is in there, and it's just bobbing and weaving, ducking and punching, and yeah, so
Cool. Well, this one sounds different. Dandelion's Grin. Tell me
oh,
about that one.
Grin. That's kind of talking about what we talked about on our latest collab with like observing what's going on in the world and
Be careful what you say, man. You don't want to get
canceled. Dude, it's a serious thing. I hope they won't cancel me for talking about it on YouTube.
I won't cancel you, man.
But,
hey, if they kick us off of YouTube, we'll go to that other one. What's it called? It's like the YouTube alternative. I can't remember the name. I'll think
Twitch?
of it. Nah, not Twitch. It's I want to say it starts with like a R. YouTube. I'll just like Google it over here. We're Googling it live, people. Well, there we go. We'll have to go to the 10 because this wasn't in the top 5. Well, it's not on any of these. I don't know what it was called.
Dun, dun, dun.
Maybe they've been canceled. Oh no. If you
Got
don't like
canceled
it,
for the symptoms, bro.
cancel
Anyway.
for the cure.
Yep.
All right. That's another podcast. We'll premiere that at some point.
Yeah. So, yeah. What was I saying before that?
You're talking about Dandelion's Grin and how it related to canceled, and then we kind of went off on a tangent.
Yeah.
It got
So
tangentated.
It's like agitated. I'm using that. So it's political commentary, really, and it's also fulfilling a need. That song is fulfilling a need for people who are popping up in my inbox, like, "Yo, you gonna scream on a track again? Your screaming is lit. You should scream more." And I'm like, "Yeah, but are you gonna buy me a new throat?" So,
That throats are us.
yeah, exactly. Jeffrey the throat giraffe. Anyways, so that was fulfilling that need for screaming, but it's presenting an idea that if we don't get up and fight for what's right and try to bring morals and ethics and good parenting, good conscious parenting, and good behavior back into the mix, then, like that line says, what you allow is exactly what continues.
Mm-hmm.
And the song speaks for itself. But how do we change things for our kids if silently we acquiesce? We just give in to the status quo and let them do whatever they want. And then what kind of world are we going to have left for kids and the animals and everybody else? So
yeah, no, I get it. Well, I'm geeked to hear it because I write about similar themes, obviously.
Yeah.
So let's do
this
it.
one's kind of before you play it, this one's kind of punky too. Like,
sweet.
Didn't really see myself singing that kind of hook or anything like that. So we just let it play and let it do its thing.
We're gonna let it do the talking. This is Dandelion's Grin by WorldsNotGrey, live streaming to you Friday night. It's party time. I'm feeling good. Let's do it.
What you allow is exactly what continues. Media and politics, violence and dirty tricks. How do we change things for our kids if silently we acquiesce and shy away from common sense and act like nothing's wrong with it? Blocking wounds like petals from a dandelion's grin. Of cards we built on houses and let the bad wolves in. Royal worlds must crumble as we fight for dominance. The kingdom built on fairy tales, birds beneath the skin. built our houses and let the bad wolves in. Plucking walls like petals from a dandelion's grin. Of cards we built our houses and let the bad wolves in. Royal walls must crumble as we fight for dominance. The kingdom built on fairy tales burns beneath the skin.
Boom. Whoa. Keep forgetting to pause the next one.
Here we go.
I'm gonna learn how to host this show one day. Maybe. Yeah, so all four of these been added to the show's playlist, man. So you're like one of the most prolific artists on that list so far because you've
Oh,
had
damn.
2 shows. Yeah.
Big compliments.
If you guys want your songs on the playlist, come on the show.
That's right. And please subscribe on YouTube too.
Heck yeah, that way you get all the alerts next time we do this.
Yeah. And G Slade Indie Music Showcase podcast. Subscribe. Ooh, subscribe.
Yeah, I don't have the custom YouTube URL yet. You gotta have like 100 subscribers before you can do that. And we're a brand new channel. You know, this is like the 5th video or 5th or 6th. So, but I'm gonna try to do at least a live stream a week. You know, and then we're doing more recorded, Zoom videos and things like that. So we're trying to modernize. Come out on the videos and give people a face. This is what I got. Sorry, that's all I got for you. But I'll try to get good looking guests,
Yeah.
Who knows? Whether we succeed or not, that's up to the viewers. But we're having a great time. I'm having a good time. Hopefully you are too.
Yeah, this is kick-ass, man. I actually like this format better than the call-in format. So yeah, you're doing a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, and you have the option because this is still going to be on Spotify, so and Apple Podcasts and Deezer, I guess, and what's the other one? Stitcher. Yeah, that's the other one. It'll still be out there in audio form. So I'm not moving away from the audio format. I'm just adding an option, which I think is a good thing. Yeah, I want to get as many people watching as I can because it's all about getting this good indie music out there. And I'm glad you and I, ended up chatting on Instagram. I mean, it was really random, but it's been a pretty productive relationship. And
yeah, man,
so
I'm very grateful for it. That's the fucking universe right there coming through with the weird meetups and and good.
A great site for that.
Christian Mingle. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. We'll get canceled now.
Oh my God! Stop it! No, I was actually gonna say farm.org, but you already knew that. Christian Mingle.
That was bad, man. I gotta not do that.
Do you have an account on there?
No, not yet.
Not yet. You're plugging them. You might as well participate. Maybe I shouldn't say plugging them.
Yeah, that's kind of. We messed
oh right,
up.
that's a good segue into hanging by a thread because that's what we're doing here. We're hanging by a thread.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me about this one?
It's another having difficulty in a relationship setting thing. Me observing everybody's bullshit. Stepping in that role and just it's about a conflict of the mind as well. Trying to deal with everything going on outside and then dealing with your unreasonable spouse in this instance, person going through a divorce.
Hey, as a married man, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I fucked up again, didn't I?
Spouses are never unreasonable. Definitely not my wife.
Yeah, definitely not your wife or anybody else's wife, and not my future ex-wife either.
Right.
So they're just having difficulty, and I took that storyline and I did what I did with everything else, made it kind of general, kind of made it camouflaged, so it's not about that outright. And versus just saying, "Man, you got me hanging by a thread. I'm doing everything I can here." And this is another one where, oh damn, almost choked on myself. That doesn't happen often.
I didn't mean to laugh. It's just the way you said it was funny. Like you
Yeah.
choking, I choked on myself.
Yeah.
It's like tripping over the ground, you know.
Yeah, tripping on your own feet. So yeah,
Why are you tripping?
I have a few jabs at society in the song as well, but you know, just, you can speak for itself again.
I'm all about jabbing society. You know how I get down.
Yeah, yeah. Controversial shit.
Nah, not me. But I mean, if if you guys want to prove me wrong, go check out my music. You know, feel free. After this show, don't leave the show. Yeah. So I have a question though, man. You're live streaming right now. Or are you going to turn around and do your Instagram thing when we're done?
Yeah, I am. What time is it? It's 11:07 p.m. here, so I still got another hour and a half.
Oh, is that when you do it at midnight?
Yeah, 12:30 my time, which is 11:30 PST. Until daylight savings time is over, then I'll be right on target with you guys.
Daylight savings is over. It hadn't started yet.
Huh?
Daylight savings hadn't started yet.
Well, I say it like that because for us, it's a nightmare. Everything that happens up until it starts for you guys, our time goes back then to being on par with Eastern Standard Time. But otherwise, you guys are either an hour or 2 hours behind where you are. It's great.
I got you. I'm in Central, so I'm GMT -6. And then when we go to daylight savings, we spring forward an hour. So I guess then we go to -5. I don't know. I just always Google, like if I'm talking to a guest, like I've had people in Finland, I've had people in Amsterdam and Belgium, you know, I just say, what time zone are you? And I Google it. And that way, that way I know what to do. And
yeah, sometimes that still messes me up. So it's like hell for us, because if there's any shows that we want to watch on American television, then we got to add an hour. So we got to be like, okay, this is going to be an hour late. And
we shouldn't be watching American television. So.
Whereas something starts for you guys, it ends for us when it starts for you guys. So we just kind of come back into being on time. So like if I got to call family in California or something, normally, let's say during the summer, we're right on time, and California is only 3 hours behind in time for me. But then I have to add on an extra hour, so California's 4 hours behind. So I gotta do the math every time I want to do that. When
can't you just like add other clocks to your cell phone though? Like I know my cell phone will do that. You can go to your clock and add other cities to it.
Yeah, I've actually done that. Done that.
Should do that.
Never checked.
That's a good segue though into playing Hanging by a Thread. So we're gonna give this bad boy a spin, and man, the one after this is the last one. But
yeah.
Here's Hanging by a Thread by WorldsNotGrey. Yeah, man, that was banging. I like that. That's I don't know, the melody, bass line, whatever. It caught me. I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like he's speechless.
yeah,
Um,
cool. I thought it froze for a second. I'm here looking at like the screen. Huh? Ah,
well, you doing it over your mobile signal or?
yeah, I'm doing it over my Wi-Fi. So
Man,
once, once
give me a wire. Give me that which I desire.
yeah, once or twice it kind of did the pixely thing and had me like, oh no.
Well, it looks good on the internet. So that's what matters. Looking good on the internet.
Yeah,
Um, Sweet. Well, there's one left, man.
yeah,
Hearts on Fire. It says World's Not Great. Some guy named G Slade. I don't know about that. I don't know if you can trust that guy.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. How'd this
Um,
one happen? I mean, I kind of know the story, but it's for the benefit of the viewers
yeah. So like I
and
was
listeners.
saying, yeah, like I was saying, it kind of felt like I was shoving a square peg into a triangular hole for a while because I was like, I just said that because you're wearing a ghost T-shirt, and
Square Hammer.
yeah,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I felt like being goofy, but it felt at first like I was trying to force something because I said came up with this crazy idea. I'm gonna write a song called "Hearts on Fire." Sorry, an EP called "Hearts on Fire," and then it very quickly dawned on me I needed a song called "Hearts on Fire." So we'd been talking a couple weeks before this about doing a collab, and I was like, well, let's see what's floating around in my brain for you. And this came out, and as usual, um, people are telling me some drama, and so I just kind of got the idea. So this song I didn't write about anybody's tea in particular this time. I'm more or less making a comment, and I'm saying that you know, yeah, we get it. Relationships are hard, and you have to put that work in. But so much more, whether it's just a friendship, a relationship between you and your coworkers, your family, your wife, whatever. So much more could be achieved if you just realize that that person's a reflection of you and you ask them, you know, show me what it is I should expect rather than project your expectations on them.
Yeah,
Ask them,
maybe you
what
should
do
have
I,
told me that before I wrote the verses. That might have made sense.
huh? It actually made sense. It was like he knew exactly what I was talking about. So initially I was going to have two features on it and just sing the hook. And then I was like, ah, fuck it. Because after I heard what you said, I'm gonna leave out some stuff. But after I heard what you put down, I was like, shit. Because there was that pre-chorus part that you said was bad that I listened to, and it wasn't that it was bad. I don't really believe that anything's inherently bad. It's all creativity. But it sparked the pre-chorus for me, and it's like that rhythm for the well, not the rhythm, but the melody for the pre-chorus came to me after you put your verses in, and that's why
Hmm.
I was like, in a whole day it came together because I did your part, and then I just came up with that part, and I put it down immediately in one take, and that was the end of it. I didn't do anything else with it. So
Yeah,
that's how it
that was a
came together.
pretty quick one for me too, because yeah, I think you sent it to me on Monday or Tuesday, and you're like, by the way, I'd like to have it done Friday. I was like, oh shit, all right, I better write it. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I want to say I had to run off to work. Was it on New Year's Eve? It wasn't New Year's Eve, was it? No.
No, 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 no. It wasn't. you were doing something though, and I was like, you're like, when do you want it by? And I'm like,
Like,
well, I kind of want to
now.
have it Friday.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you fool.
Yeah, so I just went into my little studio and like I said, put the verse on loop and um, you know, wrote one, and then I was like, shit, I gotta write another verse.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
wrote another verse, and yeah, I mean the pre-chorus I wrote, you know, I actually didn't hate, but it's definitely not my strength. It's not what I normally do. That style that was more sing-songy, where I'm more like,
yeah. I get what
you
you're
know,
saying.
I don't
But
know
it's
how
a damn
you.
good thing you did. It's a damn good thing you did because I listened to it and then it was just kind of like every night I think about it and I was like, stroked invisible beard. And
Yeah,
then
I'll
I
do
just
it.
I
I'll do
pulled
it
out my
for you.
microphone. I didn't even write it on paper. I just pulled out my microphone and I sang that straight up,
Wow.
and that was what I kept in there. So um, yeah, I was kind of like on my end. I was kind of like, uh, let's see what he does. Let's fuck with him. Let's see what he does. And you're like, I'm, I don't know, man. I'm gonna do something a little bit different. This is different from what I'm used to. And I was like, hey, it'll be great. It'll be great. It'll be great. Jesus, Slade,
Yeah.
do your thing.
Yeah, and I
Wave,
hadn't
huh?
written lyrics like that in a while. You know, everything I did last year was very like, metal, social, um,
Yeah,
very aggressive, like A and distortion and vocal.
yeah. And that's what I loved about it the most. That's why I said I was kind of like low key fucking with you because I was like, let's see what he does with this. I'm make him do something different. Because I knew that the song in itself was me doing something completely different outside of what I'm accustomed to. I'm not the lovey-dovey guy. I'm not walk up to a chick like, hey, tell me how to love you. Like it's not my
Yeah. Well,
style.
and
So
the lyrics I wrote for it aren't really lovey-dovey either. They're kind of like desperation, but it's definitely not like it doesn't feel very reciprocated.
it's kind of it was kind of like it came across to me like a tale of unrequited love,
Yeah.
and you're on the at a payphone somewhere. Uh, they don't. I don't
Like
even
that
think they have those in America anymore, right? They don't have
no,
payphones
no.
anymore, right?
I mean, maybe
But
if
yeah,
you go, maybe like a truck stop on a side highway off of the main interstate in Albuquerque. I don't know.
yeah, you're somewhere in the middle of Nebraska, like on a payphone, like,
Yeah,
hey,
or Nebraska.
take me
Yeah,
back, damn it, I'm just like you, but not really like that. Just being a dick about it. It made sense though, because it was like the subject person of the song was just trying to level with this person and saying, hey, look, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make this thing work. Call me back. Like something. I'll do anything. Just tell me what it is I need to do. Tell me your freaking love language. I'll get with the program.
love
And
language. There's a reference.
Gary Chapman in the house.
Yeah. So, man, is it more important to understand your own love language or that of your partner?
It's always important to understand yourself and seek first to understand the other person. That's that's simplified, but there's work you got to do involved with that. But that's where it starts.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that was a real answer.
Yeah, I just kind of faked it. Huh? But yeah, you just kind of have to know. Yeah, I kind of have to know what it is you want from the other person, and don't expect them to be a mind reader. That's not a thing. Like that's
No,
why
that's
relationships.
what gets everybody in trouble.
Yeah,
You assume they're going to read your mind, and they don't, and you get upset, or it's like, how was I supposed to know? Could have
yeah.
asked.
It's like, what? Why would you tell someone you could have asked me? That's such a like a pissy thing to say. Like, hey, talk about it first. Don't expect that the person is gonna know what to do with you and give them any opportunity to find out. So
Yeah, my wife and I are pretty blunt with each other, but I think it's healthy. Instead of like us bitching about each other to friends, we just do it to each other and work it out, you know? So,
Yeah,
because you don't want to
that's
build
pro.
resentment. If you keep shit in, it's unavoidable that you build resentment, whether you're conscious of it or not. So,
Yeah, absolutely, man. Just everybody needs to love each other. Damn it.
yeah, give people the benefit of the doubt. Let them make it. You know what I mean? Most people aren't out to get you, especially your loved ones. You really got to give your loved ones the benefit of the doubt, you know, unless
Yeah,
there's no room for doubt. But usually,
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
rarely in that situation. But we're kind of getting off on the beaten path here.
Yeah, we've been beating it up too much.
So this song is called "Hearts on Fire."
Featuring G
Mr.
Slip.
Yes, featuring G Slade. I wrote and performed the verses, and everything else is still Mr. Not Gray. And he did all the production on it. So, and I think that worked out the best. So let's play it, and we'll be right back to admire each other some more.
Baby, my heart's on fire. My heart's on fire. Baby, my heart's on fire. My heart's on fire. Baby, my heart's on fire. My heart's on fire. Baby, my heart's on fire. My heart's on fire.
Can you see me like I see you? Do I have a heart you can see through? Well, if I do, you'll see you
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I wonder if this is linked with the right G Slade. Nope. See, we got to fix that, man.
It's not. What does it say?
It just goes to some like, because you got G dot Slade. I don't have a dot in my name.
Oh, you don't?
Nah,
shit.
nah, bruh.
All right, I'll
See?
fix that as soon as I.
It's just G Slade.
Okay, I'll fix that as soon as I get off here.
Yeah, you're all good. I'm sure it'll work itself out. No biggie. Let me go
That's what I
back.
was saying though. I thought it would automatically pull your profile up. It gave me 0 options for that.
Yeah, I think you got to use the artist ID. So if you like hit share and you can copy the link to artist, and then it has some weird number in it, and then that's who you give the credit to. But yeah, let's go back to yours. I think we have the exact same number of monthly listeners, or you have like one more than I do. That's
I don't
pretty
know. I know I just got another one today.
cool.
You also got a new subscriber since this thing has gone on.
Yeah, that
39.
was I say one of my buddies. We know each other so well. Yeah, that was Kate. I found her on Instagram. You know how you just like, follow tags.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I found Kate. I found her through the indie music tab. So I go on Instagram and Twitter and look at indie music and look for the people that are using that tag. I guess I could stop this share now. We can go back to being big people. We're big people again.
Yay, it's good to be big again.
So yeah, I just go on and look at interesting posts, and and actually I think hers might have been TikTok. I don't know. I might have found, because I do it on TikTok as well. If you search for G Slade Show on TikTok, I got a few vids there as well. So
Cool.
I'm learning how to use it. I'm not as good as my 11-year-old daughter is, but I'm getting there. Is that Falm I see behind you?
Is it? Yeah.
I knew that. I knew that color scheme anywhere.
Yeah, I know what happened this time. You know how to give you that temporary password? I never entered the password. I never logged back in. I was like, all right, I'm signed up, and I'll just go back to it later, and I guess.
And since it's Falm is starting very soon, let's give this a share real quick. So this is Falm. You guys should be able to see it. Can you see Falm on my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
This is what it looks like when you log in, but normally there'd be like songs up. You click on songs, but you can't post yet. When Falm starts, this whole block of text here will be like add a song. But you can look for Falmers here, and you can go to the forums, and like here's one I started where I asked people how they found us. But you can see the topics. I mean, there's everything from tech support to general to Falm community. There's regional stuff. There's shameless self-promotion, which you see there's plenty of shameless self-promotion. I mean, that's what we're doing here, right? We want people to listen to us. There's a free-for-alls, kind of have like no rules, I mean, other than the etiquette rules. So pretty cool site. Somewhere there's a way to get to, there you go, the FAQ. So there's basic etiquette. There's not a lot of rules to Falm besides be polite and write new songs. It's not a place to like post existing songs.
Right.
And you win, quote unquote win, by writing 14 songs in 28 days, but there's really no winners or losers. I mean, you can quote unquote cheat, but you're only cheating yourself. I mean,
right.
There's no prizes, there's no monetary awards or anything like that. So
right.
It's just a self.
So
I don't even know the right word. Self-fulfilling exercise. It changed my musical life for sure.
Right. So explain this for people who might be like me and a little bit daft here.
You're a Daft Punk.
You collaborate with other people, and the songs you write are just on. They're just words. Like you don't have to record anything, right? Just
Yeah, you post demos.
you post demos and stuff.
You can do whatever you want. There's some people that post lyrics only. There's some people that post instrumentals only. There's some people that post fully blown instrumentals, like stuff you and I would send to each other.
Oh, okay.
Like the EP you did tonight. There's people that post that quality on there, and then there's people that like will post true demos, like iPhone recordings or something.
Oh,
There's no quality like minimums. The quality we're looking for on FALM is the song writing. Writing a song, not producing a song. It's not February producing month, right? That's a whole other thing. You could put as much effort into the demo as you want, but that's not really what you're going on there to get feedback for. Unless you could ask for it. You could say, hey, I think this demo is good. Give me your feedback on it.
right,
And so it's really your FALM experience is your FALM experience, and
right,
no one's going to force it to be anything else. You can be as social as you want. You can be antisocial as you want. You can collab with who you want to collab with, as long as they want to collab with you. And I mean, it works the same way you and I did it. You send tracks back and forth, talk about it, and then one of you post it, and then it'll credit both of you. And then if you want to use it publicly, I mean, that's just something you should talk about with your collaborator ahead of time.
right,
We just try to have good etiquette on there. Like, you don't post a collaboration without somebody knowing you're going to do it. You know what I
right.
mean? Even if they sent you something to work with, usually you make sure it's cool with everybody before it goes live, before you post it. So,
Okay.
yeah. So it's fun. Like I only post demos. Sometimes, like when I was a project manager traveling for work all the time, I would post just lyrics because I'd be in a hotel room, and I was on the road 3 weeks out of one February. So, I had literally like
Thanks.
10 days in February I could actually record. So I was writing songs and then other people recorded them. That's the cool thing. You can post lyrics and be like, lyrics need music, or you could post music and be like, music needs lyrics.
Right. Okay. So there's no limitations. You can do whatever you want.
No limit. The only limitation on the site is that it can only put 2 artists on a song, as far as like it being discoverable on your page, like the World's Not Grey page. Like if you and I did one, it would be World's Not Grey, and then like in parentheses G Slade. On my
Right.
page, it would say G Slade and World's Not Grey be in parentheses. And if there was a third party, like they could post it themselves and tag, so it won't tag more than one person. So technologically, that's the only limit. But as far as what you post, there's no limit. And just tag it non-safe for work if you have profanity in it, like every song I've ever written, There's a little checkbox. There's like a checkbox when you're posting the song. So it's like song title, link to the demo, and then it's like, is it non-safe for work? And you click the box.
Okay.
You can make it downloadable. You can make it not downloadable, Although we all know if it's streaming on the internet, so they can download it if they're enterprising enough, So, yeah, man, that's
Cool.
what it is. It's pretty cool. I hope you jump on there and enjoy it.
Yeah,
If
I'm gonna
nothing
try
else,
it.
just lurk until you're comfortable.
Yeah, I'll poke around in there and see what it's all about, and figure it out. I might end up writing like 40 songs in a month.
There's another challenge from July 4th to October 1st called 50-90. It's 50 songs in 90 days.
Mm,
I don't
that's
mess
pretty
with that one anymore. Like my summers are tied up, but
yeah.
yeah, that's just, I write music all year, but I'm not committing to 50 in 90 days.
Yeah,
FALM is
I'll try
fun.
it out.
Yeah, it's like a compressed sprint, and the community is great. Like I think you'll really be blown away at the community, and it's
Yeah.
not just Americans; it's everybody.
Yeah. I'll try it out. My only thing is that I know myself, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
write a really good song. I'm gonna write a banger and be like, oh, I can't post this. then I'll go back and I'll be like, okay, I'll write another one. Oh, this is also a banger. I can't post this. So
Right, but you got to think it's not your listener base on FOM, you know. So
yeah.
it's a
So
good sounding board, and you know your World's Not Great fans, which there's an Instagram page for that, which is really cool. I think.
yeah, World's Not
Um,
fans. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. Did you start that or did somebody else start that?
I started that, bro. That's an industry secret right there.
Hell yeah, that makes
Start your own
sense.
fan page, and then like random
Why have I
people
not done this?
will just follow you, and then that gives you more people that you can network with outside of your
Mm-hmm.
thing. And every once, I don't really use it that often, but it helps from time to time if I have like a release or something. I'll just post it to the story, and you'd be surprised. Lots of people watch it. Like, if you want to know how many people are lurking on your Instagram, definitely start a fan page for yourself.
Man, I'm gonna start like one for every group, like Democrats for G Slade, Republicans for G
Oh
Slade,
shit!
women for G Slade, single
Never
moms for G
Trumpers for G
Slade,
Slade.
right? Cancel G Slade, like just stir up the hype.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah, so we need to create secret alter egos that like post shit about us, like talk shit about us online, and then we can beef, you
Exactly.
know.
Exactly, because that's actually, I found out that that's a marketing strategy that is used when you pay certain, won't say their names, marketing companies
Mm-hmm.
to do your PR for you. They'll just like shit
Yep.
talk you and then have another account that defends you, and people will go and be like, yo, shit's jumping off on
Yeah.
this forum. Come check this out. And,
Yeah.
people love blood. So,
I might do that on FOM this year. Create a fake profile and like make songs like a G
fake
Slade diss
beefing.
track.
Yeah, fake beefing.
Oh man, what could I call it? I don't know. G Slade is trash. There you go.
The anti-Slade,
Yeah,
the cancel cult. Cancel
Slade.
G Slade.
Slade sucks.
So you said there's no space between. There's no
there's a space. There's no
but
period.
there's no period. Okay.
Yeah, it's G space Slade. I guess I should have done it as one word, but fuck it. You know,
Yeah.
it's done now. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it. I mean, if you could straighten it out, that'd be great.
I worry about it, fool. I worry about it.
I could use the streams for sure.
That's the whole point of collaboration, man, because it's not about me. That's what I love about it the most. It's not about me. I actually have you every time the whole album sells, I have you as getting a percentage of that as well, because I just figured that's how I roll.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just that, and on DistroKid, yeah, we got that set up. It's just not on like Spotify.
So I have your email in there. gslademusic@gmail.com. That's your email. So yeah.
That is my email.
Send all your fan mail there.
Yeah, I have a bunch of Gmails, man. I got gslademusic at Gmail, Gslade Music Podcast, my personal emails. You know, I got two because I had that. You know how you had like a stupid email from like high school.
Yeah.
You know, where you're like pimple popper 79 at.
Oh man, mine was
Gmail.
Cram It Defrog.
Wow.
Cram It Defrog at hotmail.com.
I think my first AOL account was like Bulldog 67, like some stupid
Oh
shit.
geez.
And then my next one was like Old Pillow. I don't even know where I got that. Old Pillow.
Old Pillow. No, I had Cram It Defrog. Just Cram It Defrog here. And then I had Sheepdog87 at hotmail.com.
Hotmail.
Yeah.
You know someone's old if they have a Hotmail or an AOL mail or even worse like Netscape or something like that.
Netscape, holy shit. Yeah.
Mail.com.
It's that vintage shit. Hipsters die for it, man.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, this was fun, man. I think we're just rambling at this point. I'm gonna let you get a breather in because you got a whole other live show to do. I'm gonna go hang out with my beautiful wife Jess. I wonder if I could find a.
11:44 p.m. All right, so I got like 45 minutes before I gotta be on that live stream. I'll
Yeah,
probably just right on.
you got a second, huh? I was trying to find something to show y'all here. Hang on a second. I like to give a shout out to the fams when I can. Well, that's an older picture, but let me see how it looks on the background. Oh, there she is. There's Jess.
Oh, awesome! And you have no beard in that picture. Is that you?
I got a little one. I got a little fuzziness there. Yeah, let me get out of the way. Hang on. Yeah.
Awesome, dude. That's cool. That's cool. That's really awesome.
But yeah, I'm going to go hang out with Jess.
All right, you lucky man.
I am a lucky man, but she's also a dope ass lady. So, And if anybody wonders, I won't say you can get a peek behind the curtain, but if you want to get a peek of the curtain, there it is. What? I guess we're behind the curtain if you're on the other side, but
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Wiz.
Yeah. But no, I had a great time, man. It was good talking to you again. It's definitely not the last time the world's going to hear from us. We got some stuff in the pipe. I think maybe we should. I think maybe we should do another pair. We should do another pair of you jumping on mine, me jumping on yours. Hell, we'll have a freaking EP out of just doing our own shit together.
Yeah, this is still recording, right?
Yeah, this is still live, bro.
Yeah,
this is still live, yeah. But yeah, let's let me wrap it up for our viewers and whatnot. So appreciate everybody jumping on G Slade's Indie Music Showcase tonight. This is a special live stream of World's Not Grey. Check out the new EP, Hearts on Fire, on Spotify and every other place, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, Weezer, Fleazer, wherever, Pleaser,
Yeah. And come find me.
Yeah.
Come find me on Instagram.
World's Not Grey on Instagram. That is the profile. And don't forget fans of World's Not Grey or World's Not Grey fans. Yeah. Those guys are great. But anyway, peace out, everybody.
Podcast, bro.
Yeah.
Pimp yourself.
Like, subscribe. Bye. Bye. I'm still live. Hang on. I forgot.